27-year-old Luigi Mangione is facing a whole host of charges, state and federal, stemming from the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Mangione's suppression hearing is probably one of the longest in judicial history. Usually, suppression hearings last 2 to 3 hours. His has lasted 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, search incident to arrest, that is a real thing. And the reasoning behind it is for officer safety. This can get a little hairy after there's been, let's say, a pat down of the suspect or the person being arrested. And now cops want to go into, let's say, a woman's pocketbook, or in this case, a closed, zipped up backpack. And as a matter of fact, if you've paid attention to this case, right there on body cam, 2 police officers are going back and forth on whether or not they should get a search warrant to go into that backpack. Listen, this is not some small thing, because according to authorities, what they found in that backpack is a 3D printed handgun that matches the spent shell casings, the weapon basically used in the crime, and a red notebook with his own handwriting, meaning Mangione's handwriting, that the feds are calling a manifesto. I'm going to keep it real with you. Even if that evidence is tossed out, even if the judge decides that police should have had a search warrant to go into that backpack, once Mangione was under arrest, all of the possessions with him would have had to have been checked in at the police station. And there is the loophole. It's called inventory. And police take inventory of an arrestee's possessions to protect themselves against accusations of theft. And, of course, safety of police officers. I mean, who knows what's in that backpack, right? If the contents of the backpack, are thrown out because the judge finds that it was a violation against search and seizure procedures, constitutional violation, by the way, then the state can always come back and say, well, we would have found this evidence, this same evidence anyway, when the backpack was inventoried upon his arrest. Okay, waiting to read Mangione his Miranda rights. Now, as a legal expert, in my opinion, the police get a call where a customer at the McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania says, hey, that nationwide manhunt, that guy that you're looking for, I think that he's sitting right here in this McDonald's. So police, upon arriving at the McDonald's, approach Mangione. They claim he gives them a fake ID that says Mark Rosario, and they ask him, have you been to New York recently? Now, because, in my opinion, the police are approaching who they believe is a suspect to a crime, then Mangione should have been read his Miranda rights immediately. So I think that the statements that Mangione made before he was read his Miranda rights, there's a good chance that those statements will be tossed. But any statements that he made after the Miranda rights were given to him, well, I think those statements are going to come in. If you take one look at Mangione's intellectual prowess, proved by him being valedictorian of his high school class, graduating cum laude from the esteemed University of Pennsylvania, there is no argument on the defense's part that he did not understand his Miranda rights. But I do believe that after he asserted his right to remain silent, law enforcement did not adhere to that right. And it doesn't matter if what law enforcement posed to Mangione after he asserted his right was a question. It could have been questioning, or it could have been statements made to Mangione that would prompt him to continue to talk about the crime that they're accusing him of committing. We won't know until May 2026 what the judge in this case is going to allow in as evidence and what the judge is going to throw out. If you've stuck with me this long, do me a favor, hit the like button. I promise it won't hit you back.